Hey everybody, Bottle Poppin Mama here. Thank you so much for following. Now what I'm going to do today is a diaper comparison video. Now for my friends in Australia and the UK, that is a nappy. Now the reason why I'm doing this is actually, I spent some time in Australia, as many of you know, and when I came back I had Australian diapers with me. Now this is one here that I had. It's a store brand, nothing special, quite cheap, you know, 15 bucks for 96 or something like that. You know, I just grabbed it on the go, so I had something on the plane for coming back. However, I was surprised to find that when I got back, these diapers were actually better quality than the ones I had in the United States, which was very surprising to me. So, as you can see, have a look here. This one is actually quite thick. It's almost like a maxi pad for the mamas out there. They know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of cotton and has fantastic absorbency, great for overnight use. However, on my registry, what we had was the Pampers Swaddlers. Now, the reason why I picked these, being a new mom, was that it said it's the #1 choice of hospitals in the US. So I'm thinking, okay, cool, it's probably pretty good. But as you have a look here, compared to the Australian cheap diaper, it's quite thin. So see, there's like not a lot of cotton in here. It does have this sheath over the top, which is supposedly to kind of keep it drier. But we're going to do the test and see what's going on. But as you can see, it just really doesn't stack up. And I was very surprised. So I thought, okay, cool. What I'm going to do is do a test, get a couple of different diapers, and really try and find one that's comparable to what I was using, which was really good for our daughter. So I also picked up some Loves. That's this one here. So if you have a look at this one, similar to the Pampers, it's kind of thin, it's a little bit thicker, it has a different cover. All of them obviously have this little leak protection thing on the side, so that's no big issue. But what I'm really concerned about here is absorbency, and is getting the most amount of liquid and keeping baby dry, particularly for the ones that have sensitive skin and tend to get diaper rash. And then finally, I picked up some Target Up&Ups, again, just a store brand, nothing too special. And if you have a look at this one, it's probably the most similar to what I came back with over here. You can see a little bit more in terms of padding and cotton compared to these two here. So what I want to do is put some liquid in them today and see how they stand up. Now, as you'll notice, I'm just doing mass market brands, just store brands, things that's price comparable. You know, like we go through a lot of diapers, so you don't necessarily want to be spending thousands of dollars on diapers, which we do anyway, but this is just run-of-the-mill. You can buy them in bulk, pretty reasonably priced, you know, as much apples for apples as I can possibly do. I haven't included any of the high-end brands, the designer, you know, brands, the, what do you call it, subscription-based things like that. Basically because I'm not a millionaire and I didn't have enough money to go and get every single brand and compare them all. So this is just a snapshot. However, once you've seen my video, I'm happy to do like a high-end brand comparison once I have my winner, so to speak, and so then I can compare it against other brands. So if you want to send me in 1 or 2 of your diapers, I'll provide my mailing address, and I can do further videos and do some more comparisons to really come out on top and see what the winner is in my little diapers test here. So first of all, to show you my control, as I said, this is the one I brought back that I really love from Australia, simple store brand. What I've got here is 2 ounces of liquid. I've got a colored liquid just so you can see how it really absorbs. So if you just want to come in there, we're gonna pour it in the diaper. Whoop. See what happens. So as you can see with this one, this is the one that I really loved and can't get in the United States. It absorbs really, really quickly. So we're talking about 2 ounces of liquid right there, particularly in that middle part. It's really absorbed it and kept it pretty dry. As you can see, obviously there's a little bit of liquid, but it's still wicking away. See that pulling away right there? And that sheath is lifting up. So what I found with this, as I said, this is the one that really kept my daughter dry at night. So that's that one there. Then the Pampers Swaddlers, which unfortunately I was a little bit disappointed in. I really wanted to like these diapers, but I just didn't, unfortunately. So here's that 2 ounces of liquid that we talked about. So as you can see, compared to this one here, see how much of the red liquid you can still see. I don't really know what their thinking is with this netting. I know it's supposed to keep baby dry, but honestly, in my experience, it tends to keep the liquid in there. You can see, I can squeeze that and quite a lot of liquid still coming out. It doesn't wick away. You look at this one now, you can actually barely see any of the red. It's still pulling that away from the baby so they're not getting the rashes. So this one here, definitely a big disappointment. I had expected a lot more out of this brand. Then third, we're going for the Loves. This one here, a little bit of a different style to the other ones, putting in that 2 ounces of liquid right there. So with this one, as you can see, It's got little channels to help pull it away, which I actually quite like. It's definitely wicking away. You can see it pulling that red dye away. Definitely more impressed with this one than the Pampers. It's definitely got the capacity to hold quite a lot of liquid, quite heavy there. Very similar again to this, but still, again, as you can see, comparing these three, this one still pulled that liquid away more so than these two right here. So finally, we've got the Target Up&Up brand. Putting in those 2 ounces so that we're all being fair and equal. Now that one, as you can see, is kind of channeled to the side there when I've thrown it in, also pulls up the back. So this one here, again, you can see this one, like the Australian diaper, tends to wick away pretty quickly, all things being fair and equal. So you can see right here, it's pulling that liquid away, leaving it white. Now, as you can see, this one compared to these two, it's happened a lot quicker, leaving this one really quite dry. Again, there's still, you know, obviously some liquid, but once you get a few minutes in, it's very dry. And in fact, look, see how white that is? Whereas these ones, you can still really see quite a lot of the red, particularly this one, just an absolute fail. So not all diapers are created equal, apparently, and this is what I resorted to kind of find what was best for us. So at the moment, this happens to be the diaper that I'm using, because after doing this test, I found that that was really the thing that kept Viva as dry as possible and prevented nappy rash, diaper rash, whatever you want to call it, depending on what country you're in. The other thing that was really great, and I found about this when we first started trying her with these, she had one of those dreaded poo explosions. Very liquidy, not fun to look at or talk about, but we're going to anyway. Front and back, everything. And that actually, that drew the poop away from her skin as well. So I was actually quite impressed, because I hadn't even really seen that with this one. So as you can see, certainly in my opinion, and this is just Bottle Poppin Mama's opinion, take it or leave it, the clear winner for me is Target Up&Up. The other great thing about this, it's a very reasonably priced brand. So given that you're going to be going through hundreds of diapers, you know, this isn't going to break the bank account for you. Also, with this one, as you can see, it does have that, that color change indicator for wetness, which this one doesn't actually, nor does the Loves, but like the Pampers, you do have this color change line. So as you can see, it does change to green when it is wet, the wetness indicator there. This one's a little more green than this one, because as I said, in my opinion, I think this holds a lot more liquid. So great for overnights, great if your baby is peeing a lot, which our daughter happens to. So again, I think the clear winner is the Target Up&Up. Just my recommendation. Again, if you would like me to do a comparison against this with your diaper brands, please send them in. I will put my address below. Send them in. I'll do another one. I'll also do a video with the high-end brands, because I know a lot of people love these very fashionable diapers these days. That's all very LA. So check it out. Look out for the next video. Thanks, guys.